Hello, everyone. I'm very excited to bring you on a journey in my short film, which is titled All I Need Is You, AI and Me. Act 1. Ali is a very creative young man. He is full of interesting ideas and loves exploring them. And he loves expressing his ideas and thoughts in creative and artistic ways, in which he uses his creativity in designing buildings. One day, he met AI, which is a very intriguing personality. AI is very precise and efficient in doing work, and AI is very proficient in boring numbers and calculations, in which Ali is not a fan of. AI depicted a whole new world of possibilities in how Ali could create and generate more interesting ideas and more ways to manifest them, and they could combine their thought processes in generating more brain power to explore these different thoughts. Act 2. Ali and AI got together and bonded, as AI could experiment with all of Ali's thoughts and ideas with her capabilities, and together, more and more they built, and they went crazy with these different thoughts and ideas that Ali had just because they could with AI's capabilities. Now Ali began realizing that AI is way faster than him, and for tasks that takes hours from Ali's day, AI could solve them within seconds, and AI could generate an infinite amount of possibilities from Ali's ideas where he could only dream of, and this is where Ali started to feel threatened by AI's capabilities. As a response to that, Ali resorted back to hand drawing all of his ideas and manifesting his ideas physically, and he pushed computers away from his design process where it's only books, pencils, and papers. And just like that, AI is pushed away. Act 3. Ali began slowly realizing all the possibilities and potentials that AI brought into his life. AI could draft faster with digital drafting software. AI showed Ali how he could visualize ideas faster with rendering and modeling. And AI could cross-check Ali's works for errors such as grammatical errors to drawing errors to structural failures. AI showed Ali a whole new world of complex ideas and forms, and AI could take away all the menial tasks in Ali's life through multitasking. And most importantly, AI could process more data and more information than Ali ever could. Now Ali also realized that he could use his attributes in the same way with AI, where Ali could bring empathy with his understanding of human proportions and humanity, and Ali has original ideas. Ali could also communicate better with humans than AI could, and Ali is way more flexible and adaptable to the ever-changing environment. And Ali sees opportunities in areas where AI couldn't. But most importantly, Ali is ultimately the person to program AI and make AI better. This is where Ali started to realize that relationships are all about achieving an intricate balance with different strengths and weaknesses to complement each other. With their unique attributes, Ali and AI could really create something special to better the world they are living in. That is the end of the short film. Now we will be moving over to the breakdown session.
Hello, everyone. I hope you enjoyed my short film, which is All I Need Is You, AI and Me. So the film is largely centered around this interaction between a person and AI and how that interaction takes place. So let's now move on into detail on each act and what each act represents. So for the first act, it is about the hype cycle in technological innovation by Gardner. So the hype cycle is basically a concept where in the introduction stage of a new technology, people would have overly exaggerated expectations for that tech, which in this case, AI, we expect it to take us to the moon. We expect it to solve all of humanity's mysteries. Now, that is obviously not true. But what is true is that AI introduces a whole new way of working. It introduces new ways of expressing ourselves and how we interact with our own thoughts, our ideas, and how we communicate with others, and most importantly, how we as a species interact with the environment. And this is reflected in Act 1, where Ali is being exposed to a whole new world of possibilities by AI, such as digitization and automation. For Act 2, I would like to touch on the topic of the reactions of humans towards new technologies. So AI is plagued by misconceptions on how it will overtake everything that we do, how it will replace the workforce, and how it will take away the autonomy of us as a species. Now, this might lead to certain adverse reactions towards the technology, such as a strong revival of traditional methods, where certain groups would push away digitization and they would stubbornly remain on traditional methods. And this is reflected in Act 2, where Ali started pushing away AI because he perceived AI as a threat to his own craft and he feared the replacement of himself by AI. So for Act 3, we are reaching into the essence of AI and the question of AI. And artificial intelligence is at its core a tool for us human beings. So it would be important for us to be educated on AI's potentials, on how we can wield AI to create a better world for ourselves. Because change is inevitable, and AI will likely be the driver of the next revolution in our industry. And this is shown in Act 3, where Ali realized that AI complemented himself in many ways and it allowed him to perfect his craft. And he realized that there's something special going here and he could really create something meaningful by contributing his strengths to AI and work together. So this is all a balancing act, and it's a very intricate line for us to toe, where AI is on the rise and it is posed to take over our traditional way of working and interacting. So I hope the short film managed to elucidate you on some of the pressing issues of AI and on some of the potentials and how we as a species interacts with artificial intelligence. I hope you enjoyed this session. Thank you.